All right, so I'm gonna turn this around because of the shadow on my face here. So, man, it has been the craziest year, going from a first quarter of six-figure sales in Pokemon cards, packs of Pokemon cards, and basically live games and services on YouTube, to essentially being kind of trapped, kind of stuck in everything that's been going on in my own life, right? I was very fortunate this year to have gotten an opportunity to get the help that I needed for the conditions that I have, that were preventing me from kind of taking steps forward in my life. And with most big changes come adjustments. And let me just get this propped up here real quick. And it's kind of crazy, honestly, because so we had first quarter, January, February, March. Essentially, high five, low six-figure sales for something that I'd never really done before. I mean, I've done like some eBay sales, but I love Pokemon, and I wanted to improve the experience of the average collector, or just kind of invite people into the space that maybe haven't really been part of it. Let me see if that light makes a difference at all. So I'm going through some pretty big changes right now. And so first quarter, incredible. Second quarter was a nightmare, because I had started a new medication that affected my overall mental well-being. And at the same time, we had our second baby. And I had a hard time getting out of bed most days, and even during the time that I had off from work, to be able to focus on family and be able to support my wife in taking care of the baby and things like that. So it was a really rough time from March through June, and it wasn't until the second week of June, Card Party. Card Party first edition. That's actually the hat that I'm wearing right now. So they just announced the dates for Card Party 2, and hopefully I'll be coming out with some content related to my experience from first Card Party. Finally, it's been a long time coming. I have a lot of stuff set aside to put that all together, but I've had to do a lot of work on myself, and I've had a lot of work requirements that I've had to fulfill over the last few months that have taken away from my ability to create content. So this is very impromptu. The audio quality is probably not great because I'm literally just recording on my iPhone right now, because it's fresh. It's something that I have been wanting to do for a while now, and just kind of talk about maybe what's next and what I'm working on right now. And right before I kind of fell off to take care of what's going on in my life, Unfortunately, I took on a lot of financial responsibility in a way that I hadn't before. And so, I've got to rearrange things and figure out how that all works, how I'm going to essentially take care of all of those debts. And I mean, there's there's plenty to ensure that it happens. But I have to be very strategic in how I'm doing it, in a sense that I'm still working toward my goals of doing this in a way that is fulfilling for me, because that's why I started this, right? I didn't start this as a get rich quick, I didn't start this as um, just hopping on the trends, right? I won't say I wasn't inspired by the trends, but Pokemon's been a huge part of my life for most of it. And for me to be able to kind of take it a step further and expand on this business is incredible, but I also need to separate my content creation from the business as well. And that's part of what made me fall off to begin with, was that I wasn't enjoying. I'd never intended for this to be a stream every day, last minute stream start, not be prepared, figure it out as we go type of thing. I don't operate well in that space. I operate well under pressure, but not under unpreparedness, right? So I'm really excited for what's next. I'm rearranging the studio again. This is the third time, I think, now that I've rearranged the studio. Initially, the idea for my desk was that it was supposed to be in this front corner up there, but because of the size of the sliding door, it didn't work out in my head, because I didn't want a desk in front of a door. But if you kind of look over in the corner, I've got a lounge like chase that's in front of the door anyway. So time to go back to plan A. We're going to move my desk. It's going to be in that corner. I'm actually going to be able to utilize the wall that's back here that was supposed to be essentially a multi-purpose content creation space for building an audio booth, for like vocal recording, for singing, voice acting, things like that, for decoration and things like that, like background. There's so much potential on this wall based on how it was built with the soffit and everything else up here, that the initial intention was that this was going to be, essentially a versatile space to be able to create different types of content with. And I want to get back in touch with what the original intent of this space was. And that was somewhere for me to be inspired to create content and help people in the things that they want to learn or do, or be able to share my own experiences in general with other people. And many of you probably don't know, but I do have multiple YouTube channels. And in a sense, I kind of got so wrapped up in the idea of having multiple channels. I'm going to raise this up just a little bit here. In preparation for when I want to do this type of content or that type of content or this or that, And I won't say that I necessarily regret creating all of those channels, but I did not niche down enough initially to be able to learn the mistakes that I've made as quickly as I probably should have. So I think we're about 3 years into this content creation journey, and I think I'm just now getting started, which is super exciting. But also I'm like, oh, that's three whole years that I really didn't do a whole lot of much. So I'm excited for what the next chapter has in store. I've got all the tech, I've got all the gear, I've got everything, including the debt to come with it, right? So this isn't just like sunshine and rainbows when it comes to establishing this stuff. If you don't follow the good advice that's out there on how to get started, and you don't niche down, and you've got money here, money there, money there, money there, money there, then you end up in the situation that I'm in, where I'm having to now figure out what is the best way for me to get rid of the things that make me feel bad about what I'm doing, and be able to get back to the point where I'm able to freely create the types of content that I want to, without feeling the pressure of having to meet a minimum to ensure that money's still flowing, right? So I will say that I'm very, very fortunate to have the career that I have at the moment. It pretty well supports what I have going on, as long as I don't do anything drastic like I've done in the last few months. So I've got a little rearranging to do. I've got a lot of sales to make. And we're kind of doing one big push right now that's going to take it to the kind of clean up the mess, and then we can move forward into what it looks like in the future. So I want a brick and mortar location. I don't necessarily want to be just like an LGS, right? I want to be more than that. There's a lot that I have going on up here that I want to share with my local community, and hopefully others in the future. So I am, like I said, I'm super excited for what's to come. I definitely am ready for the next step. I've dealt with the other half of my life, the demons that are in the other half of my life, the lingering work, the figuring out where I fit into, my entire life dynamic, my family, my friends, my work, right? My peers, my coworkers. And I'm comfortable with where I'm at now. And so the next step is to get uncomfortable in this element of my life, rearrange some things, get everything set back up, best practices every time, and hopefully not really waste any time moving forward regarding my routine, my what my focus is on. I just realized that there's a lot of weight on this ETB, because there's just a massive stack of cards over here. So I'm going to take these off of the top of that, so it doesn't just cave in and I end up with a pile of cards on the floor that I need to pick up. But get squared away, not have the weight that I have, the burden that I have financially currently with my business, because I don't want that to affect how I feel about creating content. So this is essentially going to be probably just like a vlog post. I don't even think I'm going to edit this, because I want this to be kind of like a raw interaction, to kind of tell you guys like where I'm at, right? So let's take a peek here real quick. It's a mess, you guys. It's one of those things where it's kind of gotten to the point where things have piled up for so long, and it's so hard to deal with these things. I mean, it's not like it's unrecoverable, right? Like it's, but I've got like ETBs of things that I'm sorting here. Like I've got orders that are being fulfilled that have been in the works for a while now. I'm kind of rearranging how I'm keeping my inventory and things like that, and it's a lot of work. All of it is a lot of work, right? So I am going to spend kind of the rest of tonight. It's actually 9:30 on October 14th, Saturday, and I stayed up late last night, just kind of doing my normal Friday night routine, playing video games with the friends, and with Nova, if you guys are familiar with Nova showing up in some of the streams. And that's not going to go away by any means, but we are going to turn that into something a little bit more than just kind of hanging out. So we're gonna start, you know, probably creating content, streaming under a different name or platform. We've got some stuff already set up. I don't want to release anything just yet. I don't want to tell anybody anything, but I kind of want to take the opportunity to capture multiple facets of my life and be more intentional with the things that I'm doing. Not to say that we're just going to stream just to stream, right? We're going to have some kind of plan. And it's not just going to be like, oh yeah, let's just stream for 6 hours just because we're like together. It'll be like intentional, like, hey, we're going to stream playing this thing or trying to play this thing if it works out, type of thing. So, you know, and then on top of that, there's a few things that we want to do together that we've been talking about for a while now, that hopefully will be kind of fun. And I can just kind of get this all like cleaned up, taken care of, and then we can kind of move on from there and start enjoying this. Enjoy the space, enjoy the time, enjoy the challenges. I mean, there's some work to still be done. I need to close this off finally. I had big plans for this, but I think I'm going to do something a little bit more simple and just get it done. Help retain, and that's like, there's things stuffed in here just to retain the temperature in here through the winters and through the summers, as the HVAC is doing its job. So I just want to say that for everybody that's been patient and continuously supportive of the kind of sporadic communication over the last few months, waiting for their grading submissions to get shipped out to them, and a few other things, I genuinely appreciate you. I really, really do. And hopefully whatever is next for us is something that you want to be part of. If it isn't, I totally understand, because we're changing the dynamic of how we're doing this, of what the content is like and what the streams are like and things like that. So it's going to be a little less focused on selling online selling in live streams. I'm still going to be selling online pretty substantially, but it's going to be mostly focused on the content, the things I want to create, and the sales will kind of come with that, hopefully. So and continue kind of as a separate entity altogether. But I gotta get organized. I gotta get this all together, and I'm really excited for what's the next chapter. And I hope that you guys are just as excited as I am. And I better get back to work before I continue ranting, and then end up not getting any of it done. So thank you guys so much from the bottom of my heart. This has been a wild year already, and we still have 3 months left ish. So thank you guys so much. Thanks for watching. If you watched the whole thing, you're incredible. Leave a comment down below, let me know, and I'll be seeing you guys live very, very soon. Maybe on multiple channels. Stay safe. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.